All right, guys, let's dive straight into what might be one of the most exciting updates we've seen in the crypto world this quarter. There's some seriously big news coming from crypto.com, and it's something that could completely change the way this exchange positions itself in the global market. Welcome to AI Crypto Pulse, your daily dose of crypto updates, AI-driven insights, and market trends. Stay ahead of the curve with the latest in crypto and blockchain technology. So, here's the headline. Crypto.com is preparing to launch its very own stablecoin. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't just a rumor floating around. This is something the company has officially decided to roll out, and the timeline they've given is the third quarter of this year. That basically means before the end of September, we could see this new stablecoin live and running. And let's be real, that's not far away at all. We're talking about the next 20 days or so. Imagine that, just a few weeks from now, and the entire Crypto.com ecosystem could be entering a completely new phase. Now, let's pause here for a second and think about why this is such a big deal. A stablecoin isn't just another random token. Stablecoins have become the backbone of the entire crypto economy. They act as the bridge between traditional finance and digital assets. People use them to trade, to store value without worrying about crazy volatility, and even as a base currency across exchanges. Look at USDT, Tether, USDC, or even DAI. These coins have billions of dollars in daily trading volume and are critical for liquidity in the market. So when a giant like Crypto.com decides to launch its own stablecoin, it signals two things. They want to keep more of that liquidity within their ecosystem instead of relying on third-party stablecoins. They're aiming for long-term dominance, not just to be another exchange. And here's the kicker. It's launching at a time when the market is already buzzing with excitement. Bitcoin has been climbing, Ethereum has been showing strength, and all of this is happening right after we got some very encouraging economic data from the United States. The Consumer Price Index, CPI numbers, came out recently, and the data was extremely positive. Inflation in the U.S. is finally cooling down. And you know what that means? It increases the chances that the Federal Reserve will actually cut interest rates in their September meeting. Not just a small symbolic cut either. There's real talk of a half-point reduction. If that happens, it's basically a green light for risk assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and yes, altcoins like CRO. Think about it. Lower interest rates mean cheaper borrowing, more liquidity in the economy, and more appetite for investments outside traditional savings accounts. Historically, whenever the Fed has cut rates during bullish cycles, crypto markets have responded with massive upward moves. So combine that with Crypto.com's new stablecoin, and you can see why so many people are calling this a perfect storm of bullish catalysts. Now let's zoom in on CRO, the native token of Crypto.com. Right now, CRO is sitting at the 21st position by market capitalization, valued at around $8.5 billion. That's not small by any means, but it also shows how much room there still is for growth compared to top 10 tokens. The price has had a little bit of a lift today, but overall in the past week, it's been slightly in the red. And this is mainly because of the classic crypto phenomenon we all know as buy the rumor, sell the news. You see, Crypto.com recently announced a huge partnership with President's Media Group, and the market reacted strongly at first. But after the initial hype, traders started taking profits, causing the price to dip. That's just how markets work. Short-term traders love to lock in gains, while long-term investors hold on for the bigger picture. And here's where things get interesting. I've been pointing out for a while now that September has historically been a tricky month for both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Many times we've seen bearish pullbacks during this period. But here's the thing. If the market manages to stay in the green this time, if Bitcoin continues to build momentum and Ethereum doesn't lose ground, then CRO could ride that wave and gain significant traction. And when you add the stablecoin launch into that equation, the potential upside becomes even more compelling. But wait, there's more to Crypto.com's plans than just this stablecoin. Let's talk about their roadmap. They've got a number of products and services lined up, some of which are delayed but still on track. For example, The complete rollout of stock options was originally scheduled for Q2, but it hasn't gone live yet. Delays happen, especially with regulatory approvals and technical scaling. The important thing is that the pipeline is active. Meanwhile, they're already offering something very attractive in the US: yield on cash. That's right. Instead of parking your dollars in a bank account where you get next to nothing, Crypto.com is now giving users an opportunity to earn returns directly through their platform. That's a big move to attract mainstream users who might not even be heavy crypto traders, but are looking for better financial tools. And they're not stopping there. The company has plans for international business accounts, bank accounts, and new credit card offerings. They're even preparing for a launch in Japan, which is a massive market with high adoption potential. Now, details about their much-anticipated Prime card haven't been fully revealed yet, but insiders are saying it's going to bring some unique features that could make it a flagship product. On the partnership side, Crypto.com already has deals that make it stand out from every other exchange. I mean, how many companies can say they've got official partnerships with UFC and Formula One racing? These aren't just crypto-native brands. They're global entertainment and sports powerhouses. And Crypto.com's logo being splashed across events watched by millions of people worldwide is a branding strategy that you simply can't ignore. And from what we're hearing, more collaborations are in the pipeline. Now let's talk about timing. This is all happening right as we enter what has historically been the most bullish season for crypto. Think about the months leading into the year's end: October, November, December. Time and again, these months have delivered some of the most explosive rallies in Bitcoin's history. And if history decides to repeat itself, Crypto.com is aligning its moves at the perfect moment. Their larger vision: to bring 1 billion users into crypto. That's the big, bold goal they've stated publicly. And while that sounds ambitious, it's actually realistic when you look at their momentum, resources, and partnerships. Now, let's move back to CRO price action for a moment. Right now, CRO is holding support around 25 cents. But like any token, there's always risk to the downside. If the market pulls back, CRO could revisit levels like 20 cents or even 16 cents. That's just the reality of crypto volatility. But on the flip side, if Bitcoin continues to show strong bullish behavior, those same price levels could quickly flip into new support zones, and CRO could climb alongside the broader market. Looking further ahead into Q4, there's another development you should keep on your radar: the Kronos ETF. The submission for this ETF is already on track, and if it actually gets approved and launches, that would be another massive bullish signal for CRO. ETFs bring legitimacy, institutional interest, and a flood of capital. Just look at what happened when Bitcoin ETF were introduced. The market saw billions pouring in. The same could happen here. So, putting it all together, Crypto.com is growing at a rapid pace. They're rolling out new products, expanding globally, signing huge partnerships, and preparing to launch their own stablecoin. The CEO has been consistently bullish in his statements, and the company clearly has its eyes set on the future. This is one of those times where all the pieces are aligning: macro conditions, company strategy, partnerships, and market sentiment. The next few weeks and months are going to be crucial, and if you're watching CRO, this is definitely the time to pay attention. This content is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions. If you enjoyed this update, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss the latest crypto news and insights.